welcome back to Rule of Thumb. Today I'm bringing you along for a recipe that I got from my friend Angie over at Angie's Pantry. Now most of you probably already know her, but if you don't, I'm going to put a link down below and in the iCard above. You should definitely go check out her channel. She has some awesome content on top of the fact that she's just an amazing lady. So she gave me this recipe because we often share what we're making for dinner with each other, and she was making this recipe and I was like, I have to make that. And I said, have you done a video on it? And she said no. And I said, well, would you mind if I did one? And she said, no, you should do it. And so she sent me the recipe and here we go. This is Grandma Ruth's corned beef casserole. And actually, I will put the recipe down below in the description box as well, because Angie was kind enough to write it out for me so that I could pass it along to you guys. So I'm going to turn you around, show you what we're working with, and we'll get started from there. Okay guys, we're back. And here I have the ingredients laid out in front of us. So first ingredient obviously is going to be corned beef. Now Angie, the recipe that she has, she used the corned beef that you get in the can, you know, where you have to like twist the ring and it comes out. So you can use that. Or in my case, I had home canned corned beef on the shelf, so that's what I'm going to use. You need a can of cream of chicken soup and a can of cream of celery soup. Angie said it is very important that you use this combo and don't substitute in like cream of mushroom or something like that. She said it does change the nature of the casserole. Back here I've got some wide egg noodles. I've got a pot of water boiling. I'm going to get those in there soon. I've got a couple tablespoons of butter, some garlic paste, and a medium onion. And then here I'm in the process of making 6 to 8 pieces of buttered toast, which is going to be the topping on this casserole. So I'm going to go ahead and get the butter and the onions in my pan over here on the stove and get those started to sauteing. When these are nice and just starting to get caramely, then I'll add the garlic in because I don't want that to burn. So I'll bring you folks back when we're at the next step. Okay folks, we're back and there's lots of steam going on here, so I hope you can see through the steam. My onions have really cooked down here, which is exactly what I want. I'm going to get my cream of chicken and cream of celery soup in here. I don't know if that's a satisfying sound or not to most of you. Growing up in the Midwest, we had lots of cream of soups. They were a big staple in cooking. So for me, it's satisfying. There we go. Number 2. And in case anybody's wondering, this is the Save-A-Lot brand. If you're looking at the can and wondering what the label is. Okay, so got that in here. We want to get all the stuff off the bottom of the pan, and we're going to thin this out. So what I'm going to use is my pasta water, the starchy pasta water that I cooked the pasta in. So I just, when my pasta was cooked to al dente, I went ahead and used a strainer and pulled my pasta out of the water, and I kept my water here off to the side so that I could use it to thin my sauce out and to deglaze the bottom of my pan. So we're going to get this in here, get this mixed up, get all those yummy bits off the bottom of the pan. Okay. I got my heat on medium here, just because I want to get this all heated through. Alright. And see how that's coming together like a nice gravy. Okay. See how we're doing on the bottom of the pan here. Oh yeah, we got a lot of that beautiful stuff up off the bottom. There's my rubber spatula here. I mean, you may not get all of it off of there, but I like to get a good chunk of it off there. So now, I'm going to go ahead and put my corned beef in here. Okay. get that mixed in. See where we are thickness wise, because we probably have to add more liquid in here. Angie said you want it to be a little thinner than pancake batter. So I'm probably at about, I'd say 2.5 cups of liquid at this point. She said you want it to be thin because you're going to put this in the oven to bake it off. I do have my oven preheated to 375, if I didn't say that in the beginning. Okay, I think we're looking pretty good here. Now, what I'm going to do is get my noodles added in, and then if I need a little bit more liquid, I can still add a little bit more liquid. So this was, again, a 16-ounce bag of wide egg noodles. Okay. Oh, this looks so good, and it smells so good. I'm super excited about this. Okay, so you can see it's nicely coating the noodles. Alright, I think we are going to need one more ladle of liquid here. And what this starchy water is going to do is that even though it feels like it's thinning it out right now, as it cooks, I'm going to go ahead and turn this off now. As it cooks, it's going to help tighten this up a little. Now you could also add some milk in here or some heavy cream if you wanted this to be creamier. Angie said she's done it that way as well. You could add some cream cheese in here if you're a cream cheese lover. I'm not a huge fan of cream cheese, so you could do some sour cream, which actually, now that I say that out loud, might not be too bad. Go ahead and add a little bit of salt, but remember your corned beef is pretty salty to begin with, so you don't want to go crazy on that. I, of course, am going to add black pepper. That's optional, but you know I love black pepper. So I'm going to do some fresh ground black pepper. And Angie suggested trying a little thyme. So let me see if I got some thyme back here. Add a little thyme in there, maybe like a teaspoon of thyme. You rub it in your hand a little bit, break that up. And then I'm also going to do some parsley. And all of this is to taste. So if you don't like one of these things, don't put it in. If you want something else that you think would enhance this, I'm going to do a good heaping tablespoon of parsley. If there's something else you think would be great in here, go for it. You know, this is your time to shine. So I decided to do mine in this brazier because I'm going to go ahead and bake it right in this. If you were doing this in a skillet, you could transfer this into a baking dish. Angie said she used a 9x9. You could use a 9x13, it'd be a little thinner. You know, you could use a round casserole. I mean, sky's the limit on this. Okay, so I feel like I want just a touch more liquid in there. So I think I am going to add the sour cream to mine. Excuse me while I bombard my refrigerator here. Just to give it another depth of flavor and thin it out a little. So I'm going to go ahead and add maybe that much sour cream. It's probably what? 1/3 of a cup maybe. Go ahead and put that in there. And I will just trade spatulas so that I get all the sour cream off of this one. So this is going to give it a little bit more of a kind of stroganoff-y bend to it. that incorporated. And it kind of gives it a little bit more creamier texture. We don't keep milk in our house because we don't really drink milk. We have almond milk, which I suppose you could use almond milk to thin this out as well. But I do usually have sour cream because we like to do taco night and those type of things. So I'm going to go just a skosh more water. So if you're counting at this point, I'm probably close to 3 cups of water. Again, you want this to be saucy because you're going to bake this in the oven for about 30 or 35 minutes. So you don't want all the liquid to cook out and have a dry casserole. Alright, so now comes the toast. So I'm going to go ahead and cube this up and get this spread across the top, and then I will bring you folks back and show you what it looks like before I put it in the oven. Okay folks, we're back, and I gotta tell you, initially I thought 6 to 8 slices of bread, and I did 8, was going to be way too much, but it was the perfect amount for the top of this. Now, Angie, she said she takes about 4 tablespoons of butter, slices it up, and dabs it across the top. Since I already buttered the toast, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use an olive oil spray, and I'm just going to give this a good coat, just so it browns up on the top a little bit more and crisps up, because you want that top to be crunchy. So just like that, I'm going to go ahead and get this in the oven 30 to 35 minutes, and I'll bring you folks back and show you the finished product and maybe even do a little taste test. Okay folks, welcome back, and here it is, the finished product, golden browned and bubbly delicious. So we're going to go ahead and get a little out of here. Look at that steam. Those nice crunchy croutons on the top. So let's go ahead and give this a try. I mean, this is molten hot, so I'm taking one for the team here. Alright. Make sure I get a little bit of everything. Wow, this is super hot. Oh man, that is really, really tasty. The difference in texture between the croutons on top and the creaminess of the sauce and that little bit of chew that's left in the noodles, because we only cooked them till al dente. You got the salty hit of the corned beef. That thyme really makes a difference. It gives it just a little bit of a rich back note. I mean, this is delicious. You folks should definitely give this a try. You will not be disappointed. If you do, make sure you comment down below. Let me know how you liked it. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like, share, subscribe. Remember to go over and check out my friend Angie. You're going to love her. You're going to love her channel. And as always, I hope you folks had a great day.